The dunya, especially if we see it through the eyes of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam with regards to his ummah, we are in a sense of destruction and mess. Only recently, we had 1.2 million innocent Muslims, Iraqis, slaughtered. Brothers and sisters, slaughtered. And these are not just numbers. Muslims don't play a numbers game. The ulama, when they used to see one coffin of the Muslim, they would be crying. These are 1.2 million Muslims slaughtered in the name of liberal democracy. If we go a little bit further back, just a little bit further back, we see 500,000 children, babies, dying as a result of the sanctions, the UN sanctions in Iraq. And these sanctions were not there to prevent Saddam Hussein from creating any weapons, brothers and sisters. These very sanctions were there to destroy the Muslims, to destroy the people of Iraq, Christians also. Because America, if you go to the UN files, they would boycott even medicines. How many bombs can you make from aspirin, brothers and sisters? This is not funny. This is the reality of the ummah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They boycott even medicines. Let's go even a little bit back, brothers and sisters. We see that there's an undercover, covert nuclear war in the Arab world. Because the allied forces, the so-called allied forces, when they were throwing their bombs, they were depleting them. They were coating them in depleted uranium. And depleted uranium, the DU dust, created a massive cloud over the Gulf. And we have women today in Iraq that when they have newborn babies, they don't know how to breastfeed the baby because they can't see their eyes, their ears, their mouth, or their head. Many deformities. Go to the UN files. This is not a mad mullah speaking. Even the non-Muslims talk about this. Let's get real people and wake up to this reality with regards to the reality of the dunya. Even when we go to our fellow human beings, many Muslim and non-Muslim in Africa, the pharmaceutical companies selling the Africans outdated, cheap, expired medicines when they have plenty of money to give them medicine to cure preventable diseases in the third world. Is this liberal compassion? Is this the compassionate values of the West? This looks like the value structure of greed. Brothers and sisters, just recently was the 65th anniversary of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, when the Americans bombed Japanese cities and incinerated a nation. Innocent human beings, brothers and sisters, incinerated a whole nation because the Japanese soldiers were fighting American Marines in Pearl Harbor. There was no residential centers in Pearl Harbor. They were full of Marines. But what did America decide to do? Which is the reality of kufr war, which has no value structure, no basis for morality and ethics. You kill our soldiers, we'll kill your babies. You kill our Marines, we'll wipe out your cities. And this is not just because they're American. Forget these labels. It's because of an idea, something which I'm going to discuss a bit later. Now let's go back a little bit more into the future, brothers and sisters. In the 90s, in Bosnia, what happened, brothers and sisters? The genocide and massacre of Muslims just because they were Muslim. And by the way, these Muslims didn't look like Muslims. It was such a massacre that the Serbian soldiers, brothers and sisters, would rape pregnant women. And then they would kill the pregnant women. And after that, they would be gambling. And it's not any old gambling, brothers and sisters. They will be gambling with the embryo to see if it was a boy or a girl. This is the reality of the dunya, brothers and sisters. This is the reality of the dunya.